First established as the village of North St. Louis, Old North was founded in 1816 by William Chambers, William C. Christie, and Thomas Wright. It finally became a part of the city in 1841. The neighborhood is surrounded by Brant Street, North Florissant Avenue, North 11th Street, and Cass Avenue. Within those boundaries, the village was uniquely designed with 3 circular public areas, an array of gardens, small shops, and historic buildings.
Old North was home to many European immigrants. Germans, Irish, and Polish in particular made parts of Old North their own. After the Civil War, African Americans started moving to St. Louis, and Old North became their neighborhood, a trend that continues today.
The once flourishing and busy Old North St. Louis suffered from deteriorating population and housing stock after the annexation, but the Old North St. Louis Restoration Group has made many efforts to preserve and renovate the cultural, historical, and urban character. The group initially consisted of residents, small business owners, and community leaders who helped renovate each other's homes and clean up a few things here and there. But it wasn't until 1994 that the group received city funding and designation as a National Historic District. These efforts have advanced the neighborhood in a wide variety of ways and caused the area to be recognized as one of the city's best places to live in the up-and-coming category.
Right now, we're exiting the highway and getting closer to the place where it all started. North 10th Street runs into St. Louis Avenue, and St. Louis Avenue is the main street to Old North today. It's the place where most of the action is, and where you should go if you want to visit.
Welcome to Old North. Our first stop is Crown Candy Kitchen, which is a famous shop founded in 1912 by 2 Macedonian immigrants. Today, it is still run by relatives of the original founders and has the oldest running soda fountain in the metro area.
It also has a birthday cake. Right across the street is La Mancha Coffee House, established in 2011. It's a woman-owned community meeting spot for the people of Old North.
These people are mostly African American, 78% of them in fact, and most of them are lower class, earning about $24,000 a year. They live mostly in rehabilitated farmhouses or brick buildings that have been turned into apartments. Most of the buildings are historic, with only a few areas containing newer homes. In the past, Old North has been a rough area with several decades of population loss and a crash in their housing market. However, over the past couple of years, the Old North Restoration Group has been working to revitalize the community socially and physically while also respecting its history.
That leads us to our next stop, which is the birthday cake. This is at the storefront of the Old North Restoration Group headquarters, where they meet to discuss how to further revive Old North.
One example of the work that they did was this Jesse Owens mural, which was co-made with a 17-year-old Old North local girl. This mural tried to give the Jesse Owens message of greatness through humble beginnings to the Old North community. Another spot that they have created is in the multiple courtyards that they have made to promote neighborhood beauty. We left a message in one. They have also tried to bring a little more history to the area by buying and placing other birthday cakes, which we found.
We then visited the Grace Hill Settlement House, which opened in 1903. It was established by the Episcopal Diocese and provided service to immigrant populations settling in the city. Today, the house serves as an opportunity for individuals, communities, and families to come together and lead a stronger, healthier life.
Our next stop is at Mark's Hardware. It opened in 1875 and is one of the oldest family-owned hardware stores in the U.S.
Next is the Old Bath House, which is located between 11th and Hadley Streets. Established in 1939, it was used to the public before hot running water was available to the surrounding homes. Women had to enter through the left side, and men had to enter on the right.
Next on our trip was St. Stanislaus Church. First established in 1880, this Catholic church was built to serve the Polish community.
On our way to the Mulvaney immigrant home, we got a brief look at the rougher parts of Old North. Even though this area is being worked on, it's not all the way there yet. There are still very high numbers in crime. The area has also recently been an area for protests regarding the recent acquittal of an ex-St. Louis cop, Jason Stockley.
The Mullenfee Immigrant Home is right in the middle of a rough part of town, which reflects the issues that are still going on in Old North. Opened in 1867, the Mullenfee Immigrant Home answered a pressing need to a rapidly growing immigrant population in St. Louis.
Next, we ran into Sumner High School, which opened in 1875. It was the first public school for African Americans west of the Mississippi. The school had been very successful in creating a famous line of alumni, but more recently, violence, increasing derollment, and rising dropout rates had brought bad news to the future of Sumner.
Our final stop was Central High School, which opened in 1914. Since being boarded up in 2004, the school has suffered damage from countless vandals.
Although there are a lot of negative things going on in Old North, there are many fun and safe celebrations and events that help to increase the bonds made within the population.
The North City Farmers Market, which occurs every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. between June and October, has presented a lot of different vendors as well as cooking demos, nutritional education, and health screenings. Throughout the years, the event has become bigger and better and has become a community favorite for citizens to enjoy on the weekends. On the first Tuesday of August, there is also a new nationwide event which is designed to heighten drug and crime awareness, strengthen bonds with the police and forces, and support for anti-crime groups, and send a big message to criminals that the neighborhood is set on fighting back.
Quality of life meetings are also held every month, and there, they discuss ongoing concerns and bring the big issues to authorities if needed. The annual House and Community Tour gives the community a chance to celebrate the efforts they have made to revitalize the town, and during the event, most doors are left open so all the population can see the history being preserved within them. Potluck suppers are also an annual tradition where neighbors sample each other's home-cooked treats and they preview the plans of the future. There was also a concert in Old North on September 27th.
Even though Old North has faced some big issues in the past, the community is working to revitalize and preserve the history and culture carried throughout the years in the neighborhood. Thank you for watching.